Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and I am not alone. She is the United Wrestling Network on-air correspondent and the farmer's daughter, by the way. Please welcome Emily May.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, and we have an amazing show. We're going to have some discussion topics, but we know it's not about us. It's about our amazing guest, and she is the heavyweight heroine and TOS champion. Champion, I said. Please welcome Karen BamBam.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Let me just say, I absolutely love that name. It makes me smile. I really like that great name choice.
Thank you. It was given to me by Johnny Rod.
Nice.
Let's
get into it. So I've watched a couple of your matches and stuff like that. I've seen your social media, a really amazing energy. I noticed that you said in a couple of interviews you had that Bronx energy, and it really reminds me of Jesus Mara. So I don't know if you're a fan of that show, but it reminds me of that type of. I love that New York East Coast energy. But how do you place that into the ring? Is that just an everyday thing and you're like, hey, I'm in the ring, I'm here, this is me, accept it? Or did you turn it up a notch?
For me, it's kind of like, I'm just me. I've always been very over the top. I guess I kind of had to be that way coming up because I'm that chick with glasses and bad skin. So I'm like, mess with me if you want to. I just have to kind of have a positive outlook on life. So that just radiates, from within, I guess. I don't I'm kind of the same way in the ring as I remember in life almost.
Yeah, that's amazing. So talk a little bit about how you started wrestling. How did you get involved in it?
I watched as a kid with my brother and stuff, and we used to beat each other up. And then I kind of fell out of it a bit, but I started watching.
Did we lose her?
Why don't I give this a try? I just felt very drawn to it.
Hold on for 1 second. Let's circle back because you froze for a bit. So let's start with how you got into wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I used to watch as a kid with my brother and stuff like that, and fell out of it a little bit in my teens, but I started watching again as an adult, and something in me just kind of drew me to it. I was never that person that always had the dream of it. I wasn't much of a dreamer as a child. I was that very practical kind of kid, but I just wanted to give myself a shot because I never really got to try much of anything that I wanted, or I always kind of gave up on it. So I was nah, I'm gonna do this, and I called Johnny, and it just felt right. And went to one of the shows for WW, and then I just started the next Monday, and I've been at it ever since.
That's amazing. That's so exciting to finally know this is what you want to do, and then go after it. Go after it with all your heart,
Yeah, you only have one life, I feel at least maybe we have multiple, but I'm in this one now, so I want to be able to say I did something, out of the ordinary, or I took a chance on myself,
Right. So what ultimately inspires you? Because like you said, you didn't watch it, you watched a little bit when you're growing up, but now it's I really want to do this. So because there's the bumps. I'm sure you took your first bump, you're hitting the ropes. That stuff is not easy on the body. So what's your reason why? Why do you keep coming back? Why do you go to those matches? Why do you enter yourself into those matches? What's your main reason why that kind of keeps you in?
From the first day, you're absolutely right, because I was hurting from head to toe and stuff like that. But at first, it just felt good to dedicate myself to something, and it's wrestling is kind of a little bit of everything. It's really kind of light, it's storytelling, it's athleticism, it's just the stuff that you can't even put into a box. And as I've gone on my journey, I feel it's more now the people that look up to me that kind of keep me going. A lot of people who felt like they couldn't do something like this, so they're like, damn, I didn't know that I could wrestle, and I see you and I feel like I can do it. So that's just something that makes me feel warm. Like, hey, if I never get a contract, at least I, let some little girl know, or let another woman know that, you can do anything in the world that you want. And your size, your color, whatever it is, isn't stopping you.
Yeah, now, like, speaking of that I just kind of like, what's been your experience? Because I feel like we're now getting into a point where you're seeing different sizes, colors, personalities, all that stuff. There's not like one mold where it used to be like that, even like 5 years ago. So what's been your experience on the indie circuit with promotions? Are they more accepting? Are they still saying, oh, well, you don't fit the mold? What has it been like for you?
I think, I've had a lot of good opportunities. I'm like, I can't complain too much. Like, coming in, I feel like a lot of people didn't expect me to go very far and stuff like that, because I guess you didn't think I could keep up with the physical part of it, or that I was going to quit. And then, like, I have a lot of people that, like, have, given me the ball, or like giving me a chance. So, like, there's a lot of people I understand, like, I'm not going to be your taste. And that used to, like, frustrate me a lot, and it got to me. And I just feel like at the end of the day, I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be. If you don't feel like I don't fit for superficial reasons, and that's not a place I need to be. And I rather quality over quantity. I may not be working every weekend, but I'd rather work a few times with places that see me for who I am and that allow me to do what I do best, rather than putting me in a box because you don't feel like looking past your stereotypes and expectations.
Ooh, so you meant, I know, right? You mentioned you mentioned people that look up to you, and there's a lot of young girls and young boys out there that want to get into the industry. And right now, especially this past year, we kind of went through a very toxic period with a lot of stories coming out, especially the speaking out movement. And so, how do you feel like we're making strides in the industry, and how are you helping kind of change that narrative to better the industry?
I think, it's been like very like cathartic, and I think like, before everything used to be so seedy and secretive, and you weren't allowed to really like kind of put things out there. And I think that we're getting to a point now where, people are gonna speak up, or are gonna make sure their voice is heard, especially if someone else isn't looking out for you the way that they should be when these things are going on. And I try my best. And I've been lucky not to have like a speaking out story particularly, but I do try to support and like amplify, the voices of those people who are sharing their story, because that's very important to let people know. And, as somebody, I'm not like a vet, but, a little further along, and I don't mind speaking up. I always try to like at least let someone know, like, look, you have a problem, let me know. You have something going on, come to me, because I think it's like important to do that. Like, not everybody may look at you and think they can confide in you, or in the moment, in the heat of the moment, something goes on, you don't really know what to do. So we should just be there for each other and support each other.
I agree. Now, in a last interview, or in an interview, you said that you would love to have a last man standing match. So 2-part question. One, is that in the works? And then 2, if not, who would be in your match? Who would you want to have in the match?
It's not in the works yet, but I mean, the year is still young, and I'm just coming back and recovering and starting to take more bookings. So, we may see it at the end of the year. And, I just think there's a lot of like dope women out there. I do a lot of intergender matches, but like, I really would love to like work with like Willow or Trish or, Allie, Jazz before she retires. I mean, Awesome Kong or Ajapong would be like the absolute dream match.
Well, this show has magical powers.
It does.
Actually, and like I say that in jest, but it actually happened. We were actually interviewing Trisha Dora, and excuse me. We were actually interviewing Trisha Dora, and she mentioned that she wanted to have a match with Jazz. We posted it up on Twitter, and it's happening. So,
yeah. So if you want to do a promo right now, challenging Jazz when she's about to go on her retirement tour, this is your chance.
Ooh.
So do it right here on Women's Wrestling Talk, and you never know what will happen.
Miss Jazz, the myth, the legend. Your retirement will not be sealed in the history books until you step between the ropes with the squish of fish, express the heavyweight heroine, and challenge me, all 270 pounds, to a last woman standing match.
Oh, you guys heard it here. All right.
You know
it has
what?
to happen now.
You have just inspired me to do a segment on the show. Like Sway in the Morning, he has the five fingers. I'm saying the whole segment wrong, but he has, I think it's called the Five Fingers of Death, where they do a freestyle. And I think what I'm gonna have done is have you was ready. Like
TK, you have to be ready because anything happens.
I understand that, but sometimes, like, I mean, just speaking and seeing how wrestling is, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. Not only you have to be athletic, you have to make sure that you're working on the mic. You're trying to get these bookings because the indie circuit's different from WWE and AEW. Their feet, they say, all right, this is the match, but you're traveling all over. You're making this happen yourself. So then when you like. That was awesome. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it there. You inspired me to do a segment. I'm gonna have to start challenging folks. I like it. I like it. Good. Yeah. I mean, I hope that match with Jazz is gonna come too. That she's on her retirement tour. I don't think she's near retiring, meaning that like I'm sure she's just giving her body a rest. But I'm sure she's gonna be taking him on a bunch of matches. So I want to see that happen.
We're going to book the show, TK. Everyone on here, we're going to do a promo. Jazz.
Oh my gosh. This is absolutely crazy. Now, let's get into as far as people who inspire you. Like if you were to have, so you just kind of named the people that you want in your last standing man match. Who would you want to have a match with if they were dead or alive? Who would you want to have a match with?
Well, I mean, I wanted to have one with Faye, but, unfortunately, she's also retiring as well. So I'll just have that in my dreams.
Oh, no. Anyone else, though?
I really just want to, wrestle, legit everybody. Everyone. I'm that person, male, female. I would just, want to try everybody. Comedy, death match, let's go.
Okay. Is there a promotion you're kind of eyeing? There's tons on the independent circuit. Are there any in your area or kind of that you're eyeing once we can all travel everywhere?
Yeah, I got my eyes on Chaotic and Max and Limited and stuff with Nathan as well. Of course, eventually want to make my way up to Beyond, in the near future.
Now, I also saw too that you crochet and you sew, you do some of your gear. I'm sure Bianca is not the first person who's done it. I believe Alison Kay's done it as well. There's plenty of people who sew.
There's tons of wrestlers that make their own gear.
I think Belmy does hers too.
Yeah. So what's the process? Do you see something in a magazine or a music video or whatever, and then you kind of you draw your inspiration from there, or how do you? Because I've seen your outfits. Your outfits are fire. So not only can you talk on the mic, your outfits are
and it takes time.
Not only gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna make sure that I'm look good doing it, and you getting it. So what inspires the looks?
I'm very lucky that I can just wear any color. So usually I kind of just start by going to 42nd Street and looking at fabrics. And then I'll kind of I usually go with 3 colors. I like to do a medium, light, dark. So I kind of just put things next to each other and kind of see which colors that I want to kind of mix together. And then I'll go back and I usually always like to have a skirt or something like that. So I'll start there. And then I kind of think about how I could change it. I used to do the Thunderbolt that was all gemmed up. And then I had it cut down with the one shoulder, Andre look. So I try to mix it up and do something a little different,
Do you pull inspiration from different fashion icons and not just in the wrestling industry?
Really, I should do that. But at least in wrestling, I really look at the girls in Japan, because I feel they're gear just has like different detailing that we kind of don't do here. It's like a completely different style. So like it's real like they be having like all the embellishments and the fringe and the lace.
Yeah, there's like an extra oomph. There's like an extra level.
Yeah, so it's like now I'm kind of moving towards that more to it.
So let's get back to this promo you cut.
We're going back.
I mean, no, like I'm really. It's one of those things. I used to be on Xbox 12360, and we interviewed Shelton Benjamin, and he was saying how he witnessed John Cena look at himself in the mirror and literally practice his promos over and over and over again. And so that was that interview was, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago, if much longer. And that's like really sticks in my mind because you see where John Cena is now.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of like, I'm just curious, like as a wrestler with everything going on, plus you have a life outside of that. Like how do you practice this all the time? Like how do you as an indie wrestler, like practice your promo skills?
I like to definitely like set a timer and I like give myself a time or I give myself like an imaginary match or like, sometimes I'll do like a random word association. So they have like an app where you can draw like a random word. So I'll also do that and try to make sure I incorporate that word into the promo somehow. It's like it's potato or like rash or thunderbolt, just to like get used to like being on the spot and stuff like that because like things happen, like
it's so important. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so important to do that. Like, have you taken improv classes or anything like that? Because I know that's, I've heard that's helped wrestlers and just any type of talent be on the mic.
I always recommend that because I was lucky. I had like a really cool like improv teacher in high school who I was like really close to. So I always kind of think about like the improv like base foundations in like anything that I do.
I like it.
Is there anyone that like you go to watch their promos and study them? Because I know when I first started, I did that as well.
I kind of like to watch like everybody because I'm kind of like a person that just talks, but I also want to kind of like experiment because there's so many different like formats now. So I've been editing more and doing like vignettes and things like that. So like I should probably find somebody as like a base point of inspiration because I really just been like also trying to bring a different perspective, to what I do now. So like, we'll be on the lookout. But I think the last person whose promo I watched and I was like, ooh, was like Charles Mason's promo.
Okay.
The American Psycho thing. I was like, I like that cinematic look. You don't see that as much.
Awesome. Yeah, you gotta find your own voice and your own unique voice in like the structure that they're giving you. So it's that's exciting. I love your promo.
And another thing is excited is we're going to be doing the Rapid Hot Tags. So Rapid Hot Tags is brought to you by Goalie Nutrition, the world's first apple cider vinegar gummy. Use the code TK Trinidad 5 to get your discount today. And I'm sure you will not have a problem with this game. So the first question is, what is your favorite quarantine snack?
Oh, Cheez-It.
Oh, so good.
If you can wake up tomorrow having gained a superpower, what would it be?
Making money appear out of nowhere.
Ooh, you and me both. I like
that. Have that superpower.
I'll tell you what, if you get that superpower, just remember that we were the one who helped you invoke, like, this is what you want. And just just send me a little something for my business. That's all I'm saying.
Of course.
If your house containing everything you own catches on fire, after saving your loved ones, your pets, you have time to make one safe final dash to get one thing. What would it be?
Probably my stuffed animal.
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which one would you choose?
Oh, probably the body. It's the body.
That's okay.
My knees hurt. My knees hurt. I'm not trying to feel like.
And last question, you're stuck on the island. What is the one album that you would take, that you listen to until somebody finds you?
Probably Probably the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Oh yes,
It's a good one.
Yes, all the way around. I like it. I love it. I look forward to seeing this match with Jazz. We're putting it out in the universe. But for folks who are not following you, Miss Karen BamBam, where can they find you?
Yes, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Karen B Renee. I have my YouTube channel, Karen BamBam. You should be able to find that, and you can search Karen BamBam on Facebook as well. So I'm everywhere. I'm on everything. I probably got a Pinterest too. One of them names. So.
Yeah, that reel that you have on your Twitter, just it. I know you credited the person who did it, so kudos to them. But it's fire. Like it showcases.
Yes,
It's really good.
I
think you need to do a reel with your promos too. Like I don't know.
Do a real promo montage.
I'm just saying that we're gonna cut that and send that off to Jazz, and make sure that happens. But thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. 2020 was blah. 2021 is going to be a great year, and we look forward to seeing you do amazing things.
Other way around, TK, but that's okay.
Let's say that again.
2020 was blah. 2021 is going to be better.
Y'all know what I mean.
Speaking of the Black Girl Magic, I'll be at the Black Girl Magic show that has the Jazz and Trish Adore match going on, and I'm defending the Test of Strength Championship at the show.
Oh, so, that's gonna be a fire!
Yeah, it's gonna multiply that Black Girl Magic.
There you go. Well, actually, last question before we get out here. As far as your belt, did you change your training habits because now you're the champion and people are now trying to become the champion, or are you just like, nah, I'm me. Nothing's gonna happen.
I mean, I feel like you ain't got to get ready. You stay ready. So, I just got back from the gym. That's why I got this on Sunday. Like, there's no days off. Like, and I'll be back tomorrow. I train over at C to T, so I'll be there every week. Go up to Worldwide Dojo sometimes and train with Soup Meat Cheeseburger. Like, I'm in this.
You're in it to take all the gold, to keep the gold, to get more gold. Like you're ready.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing all those matches and you holding on to that belt in 2022. See, you like how I did that,
right? Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, that promo was everything.
I told you can't just tee them up and they will, you should, I've been there where I'm like, go do a promo, where I have to tell people to go do a promo. And
did you tell them that, Emily? That was kind of bossy though.
Well, yeah, I do. I am bossy, TK.
That was kind of bossy, but okay.
I did it okay. I wasn't like, go do your promo. I was just like, threw it out there. She could have said no.
I love it.
I've had to organize and say, okay, you got one shot at this, and when it's live TV, you just go for it. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, folks, you definitely check out Karen BamBam. But
yeah, she's amazing.
She is. And our topic question is: if you can have a match with anyone, who would it be? Barring the fact you can't wrestle, because I can't wrestle, but just say in your universe, wrestling is not an issue. You can wrestle. You can hang with the best of them. Who would you have a match with?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm going to say this because I'm going to see her soon. I am going to regret this, but I'm going to say Thunder Rosa.
I would say, well, I was going to say something else, but that was going to go to too much TMI.
And I know that it would turn out really poorly, but I would train. I would train leading up to it. I'd do as many classes as I could to get, up to snuff. But I know that it would be really bad. It'd be pretty bad.
I thought I had an answer because I'm the one who writes these questions out. So I had.
Yeah, you write some tough questions. I have to say. I mean, I had a few people. I had a few people in my head, so but I'll give you one answer.
Okay. Okay. All right. I answered my own question because I was like, well, there's some guys I want to wrestle, but that's not really what it really is.
I mean,
so I
you
would
could do
say
that. There's no
I know, but
parameters.
then that's not like that's just weird. So I would say I don't know, for some reason my mind is telling me Lita.
Okay.
I want to wrestle Lita.
So my first one was Bailey. I had Bailey in my head because I feel like we have very similar. Well, when she was her other persona, I feel like we had very similar personalities, and I feel like now who she is now, I feel like we'd have a good kind of contrast, and I'd come out like bubbly and excited and just get my butt kicked.
What? So in your dream you lose? Why is that?
I mean, I'm not saying we have one match. I'm saying we have multiple matches. The first match I lose, and then I come back even stronger, and I win a championship belt.
So Emily's 2 for 2. So the question was,
I told you I'm an overachiever, TK. I played my whole tournament of women.
Emily is doing a whole storyline and several matches.
I am. I'd be on. I mean, I was thinking I would team up with Alexa Bliss and be a part of like the Fiend Alliance because that would be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. You asked a question and I like went full story and like planned it out. Like that's where I'm at, TK.
Wow. There it is. So let us know in the comments who you would have a match. One match.
Just one. I know. Just one.
And it doesn't matter if you can wrestle or not. Let's just say you're a great wrestler. Who would you have a match with? And let us know in the comments. We just want to know what you thinking. We want to let you know that what we're thinking. And here we are. So Miss Emily May, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on all social platforms at Emily May Heller. Catch United Wrestling Network on YouTube and Fight TV for all new episodes. And don't forget about Pro Wrestling Pets on Mondays, and you get to know your favorite wrestling furry friends.
There it is. And don't forget to check out our website, www.talkpod.com. Follow us on all social media at www.talkpod. We have new episodes every other Tuesday. We have some commentary. We have new hosts. We have just a whole
network. Going on.
A whole network. I'm just going to leave it there happening. So definitely stay tuned with us. Definitely keep up with us. My name is TK Trinidad. You can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. Till next time, guys. Ciao.
Bye.